Hi guys, it's Losi from Losi and welcome to All Things Events, where you learn all the tips and tricks on how to be in an events industry. Welcome to another video, and this video is quite a very exciting one because I'll be showing you some of the must-have things when you are traveling with clients to do weddings, corporate functions, or public events. So these are my top 10 or my top 20 things that I always have when I travel with my clients. So here's my traveling bag. As you guys can see by the color, if it's not black, white, or gray, I do not buy it because those are the colors that I'm currently focusing on, and those are the colors that look very neat and they look very presentable, especially in the spaces that I work in. So let's see all the must-have things that are inside this bag so that when you're traveling or when you do an event outside your province, these are the things that you should have. Let's have a look, guys. Number one, the first thing that you must have is actually your cell phone. Please, please, please. I know we're always traveling with our cell phones, but you always must have your cell phone with you. And your cell phone needs to be fully charged and it needs to have airtime. I actually have 3 of them. So this is obviously my everyday personal / business cell phone. I use it for business and personal, but mostly business because I don't really have a personal life. That is my cell phone. And then I also have this cell phone, the second cell phone. The second cell phone, I normally use it when I have shot photos or when I've taken photos with my camera and then I want to now post them on my Instagram. I then copy them on this phone and edit them before I post them on my Instagram, which is usually the business account Instagram. And then I have this cell phone right here. I know a lot of people, they're probably like, oh, why do you need the cell phone? Guys, this cell phone is probably the only cell phone that will have network all around South Africa. And the thing is, the battery can last you up to a week depending how much you use the cell phone. So I always make sure that I have my small cell phone and it's got some airtime and I can quickly copy the numbers and make calls. So definitely you must get yourself this cell phone. Chargers, guys, like a charger. You know, I go to events and sometimes people don't even have their own chargers. And I'm like, oh, they're like, oh, sorry, don't you have a cell phone charger or an iPhone or a Samsung or this type of Samsung? Guys, you must always have. And I know some of my clients, yes, some of my clients, they normally don't have their chargers with them. Guys, please make sure you always have your charger with. I have probably 4 or 5 chargers, and then I recently got this one which is like it's got 3 heads, and obviously if somebody wants me to charge their cell phone, I then charge their cell phone using my charger. And I always make sure I've got control of my charger. I don't give it to them because, you know, people, they never bring back this stuff, especially small things like this, unless it's a client. With my clients, I give them the charger and then I tell them, if you do lose it, I will invoice you, so they know. Another thing is obviously a twin plug. You do not want to go to a DJ or to go to the bar or to go to anywhere where you can see there's electricity and then you're asking people for double adapters and all of that stuff. You must always travel with your own stuff. I have this, and obviously I have the other one, the long one. I also travel with this because most of the time, say I need to charge my cell phone and I also need to charge my power bank, or I need to charge a client's cell phone or a guest cell phone. So I always make sure that I've got enough plugs to plug whatever things that I need to plug. And then also I do not borrow things. I do not like borrowing things. So I always have this in the car, or I always have them in my traveling bag or my events bag or just my purse. I always make sure I have this. Another thing, so that I can finish off with this, my power bank. I always make sure I've got my power banks. I've got about 2 or 3 power banks, but this is my favorite one because this power bank, not only it charges by the port here, you can actually place your phone and it senses. So when you place your phone, and then your phone will automatically charge just by placing it, and then you can charge a second phone by putting the USB here, and then also you can charge it with 2 ports, which this is the nice thing about it. So I definitely love this. I'm not sure how much I bought it for. I think it was like 750 or 1,000 rand. And it has helped me so many times. So those are the things that I make sure I always have. Another thing, guys, okay, let's just take a bag. So this bag is not necessarily my ideal bag, but I've seen how useful it is to have a bag, especially if you are coordinating an event or you are managing an event, because you need to have your cell phone, you need to have some of the little things that you're going to be running around with. So every time you go or you have to change to go to another venue or something, you need to have like a little small bag that you can attach it on your waist. This one is quite trendy. I'm currently looking for just a plain black or plain silver, but I think I'll go for the plain black. This one, I used it when I did an event in the Limpopo. That's when I had this bag, and it actually helped me a lot. And also in this bag, I have, obviously, you know, ladies, guys, like, yo, we always get sick. Obviously, I have my pills. I also have, I think I packed like 2 pills. So I've got these pills, and I've got a plaster as well. We always hurt ourselves. I mean, I've got scars everywhere. So I've got plasters. I have sanitizer because coronavirus is everywhere. And then also I have, I know it sounds weird, but as much as I would travel to do events and coordinate and manage, sometimes some of my clients that I'm assisting them, they would ask me to bring them maybe like a bottle of wine or a bottle of champagne. And if I'm not equipped to open that bottle, it's gonna be a problem, or I might seem like I'm not well prepared. So I always travel with this. It's always in my bag. I've got a lot of them. I know some of my stuff, they always take them, which is very sad, but I make sure I always travel with my corkscrew. Another thing that I travel with, obviously, some tissues and wipes. So I travel with tissues and wipes. Usually this, I don't really use them, but you know, when you are, say you're assisting a client with the wedding coordination, and one of the bridesmaids or one of the brides is crying and they only have their bouquet with them. And since you are, you know, a well-prepared events manager or an events person, you always make sure you have this. They might not be with you at the moment or when that happened, but if you can quickly go and access tissues or napkins for, obviously, in case of emergency, because you don't want someone to cry and ruin their makeup, because makeup is very expensive. Another thing that I always take, yes, my Wi-Fi router. Okay. Here's the thing why I travel with my Wi-Fi router is because I'm a very economic person. I do not like to spend a lot of money anymore. I used to, but I don't spend a lot of money anymore, especially on data. So obviously, if I'm left at a venue or at a marquee to make sure that the project is running accordingly, and then the client quickly went to get some stuff and then they need to get hold of me. Most of the times they aren't able to talk. They need to quickly send me a text on WhatsApp. And if I don't have data, I need to make sure at least I've got my Wi-Fi connected, so that I can receive all, obviously, the WhatsApp text or whatever emergencies that they might need to have. Because I do understand most of the times when we do events, we normally text than calling. You only call when it's an emergency. But I always make sure that my clients don't call me, because, ooh, you know something is wrong when they call you. And obviously my wallet. I have my wallet all the time because I would do an event whereby a client is like, listen, I need you to quickly go and get me a gazebo. I need you to quickly go get me something. And if I don't have my wallet with me, obviously that means I do not have money with me. So I always make sure I travel with my wallet, and I make sure there's money in the card, and then I would go and assist the client with whatever that they need if they're sending me to the shops, and obviously come back with the slips, and then they can reimburse me the money that I've already spent for whatever that they sent me to do. Another thing that I always travel with is scissors. I don't know what you will need them for, but I know they come very handy. Sometimes maybe the draping guys, or maybe whoever that's at the venue, and if you are managing or coordinating the whole entire project, you need to have a lot of things that you can obviously assist people with. So I always travel with the scissors. Laptop. So I always travel with my laptop as well, because I'm doing an event for a PR client, because I do understand that they would send me things that, or reports that I need to highlight, read, or make sure that everything is running accordingly. All the guests are there, or all the table numbers are all the same, or everything is correlating to what the client actually wants. So, and also maybe at night I need to quickly check my emails and respond to clients and tell them I cannot probably respond to their codes. So I always make sure that I have my laptop, Wi-Fi, and it will be connected and everything will be running smoothly, even though I'm running around and making sure everything is going well. The last things, comfortable shoes. So obviously, if you are project managing or coordinating, you need something comfortable, because you're going to be running up and down. I have worked probably 4 days or 5 days straight without really sleeping, and what really helps me the most is the shoes that I wear. I've got obviously my formal shoes, but definitely I always make sure I've got comfortable sneakers, and they must be black. I'm not really fussy about in terms of the brand and stuff. As long as it's comfortable, as long as it gets the work done and I'm able to do what I need to do, then definitely I wear my sneakers. I think I got these for like 150, guys. So if you go to Chinatown, get yourselves these. They are so handy. And another thing that I always carry, they are black t-shirt, and also the black full pants, which obviously I would pair it up with my black sneakers. I wear this before the actual day of the event, or when I'm traveling, or when I'm doing setup. And the last thing that I always travel with is my own car. I know it sounds a bit like, yes guys, I've made a mistake of traveling with clients' cars or allowing people to lift me at events. Back then, or back in the days, I used to travel with clients' cars, or I used to lift with people that I'm working with, and that did not really work out quite well for me, because if the car is not yours and it's a very expensive car, you hardly get the keys, or you hardly have the keys to yourself. So when you need something in the car, or when you need to access something that might be in the car, it's very difficult for you to get it, or you need to then call somebody to come and open the car, or to look for the keys and so forth. And that has created an inconvenience for me. And now what I make sure, especially when I'm assisting client or when I am coordinating, I need everything to be such a quick fix, and I need conveniency. If things are a bit of an inconveniency for me, it becomes a little bit of an issue and it compromises on the work. So in order for me to give such a smooth, outstanding service, I then need to travel with what? With my own car. And that is it. These are my must-have things when I travel or when I do events outside Johannesburg or outside my province. And if you do like this content, guys, please make sure you do comment on the comment section down below. Let me know what are the things that you would like me to talk about, or that you would like to know regarding events, weddings, and corporate functions. And also, if you would like to know about some of the tips and tricks that I use when I do my events. And yeah, that is it for today. Please do follow me on social media. Instagram, it is Losi. It's written down here, and that's where you will see all my other pages, my business pages, which is Losi Event Staffing and Losi Events Design. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I will see you on my next upload. Mwah.